QR Calgary, Talk on FM, and, of course, Mornings with Sue and Andy.
Talk on FM, QR Calgary.
8:05 Mornings with Sue and Andy. Sue DL, Andrew Schultz with you. What the heck is ChatGPT, and why does Microsoft want to acquire the app that's only launched a few months ago? Joining us to discuss is Mike Duffy, Calgary cybersecurity expert and founder of the new startup business, Don'tGetHacked.ca. Good morning to you, Mike.
Good morning, Sue and Andy. How are you?
Good. So, you may have read this in headlines, and we've talked about it bits and pieces in our tech reports and in our business reports about, maybe some business deals and interest in ChatGPT. How do you describe ChatGPT? What does it do?
Well, simply, it's a artificial intelligence chatbot designed to mimic a human conversation. You're already used to using those when you go to websites and you've got the little chatbot that pops.
Yeah.
Chatbot that pops up, but this is like version 3. So think Siri on your Apple iPhone, but smarter, because now it will automatically generate text for you, SEO for your website. There's so many uses.
So can you give us an example of how it would work, how it would generate text for you then?
Well, you go to the website and you just type in your question and it will just generate what it's pulling out of the internet. But you can click regenerate and then it will regenerate similar but different text for the same question.
And in essay format, for example?
You can actually type in parameters. So, for example, you say, write me a rap song in the words of Tupac, and it will generate a rap song pulling from
his own lyrics.
Exactly.
Wow.
So if I said, I want to, how specific can you be, Mike? So could I say I want a 7-page essay on the Boer War? Go. And how long would that take? It
starts writing it in real time. So, there's been a few issues where it's over capacity right now. So sometimes you can't log in and sometimes your previous searches aren't saved. But generally, you just click refresh and then it starts going once it's ready. So,
do we know how accurate the responses are?
Well, it's pulling data from the internet. So anything that's on the internet, it's like a quicker version of Google.
Wow.
It grabs everything that has ever been written by
So the only thing missing right now is that human emotional component. So what I'm suggesting is that, you generate something and then you rewrite it to be in your own words.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm wondering, Mike, because we'll get to the cybersecurity, maybe for businesses or individuals and information and how it could be used nefariously there. But I want to bring it down to where I first learned about ChatGPT. My daughter goes, look at this. This is a new app. It can do anything. It can write anything. Already educators are up against the wall, Mike, because they have to scour things for plagiarism. This is a whole new ballgame when it comes to, plagiarism to a certain extent because of it's being undetectable. Am I right there?
So far, like Google, Microsoft, they say that they're writing, algorithms to detect artificial intelligence, but, ChatGPT's been out since November 2022, so we're 2.5, 3 months in right now.
I feel like artificial intelligence is going to be smarter than that.
This is version 3, so just wait till there's version 4, version 5.
Wow. What about languages, biases, those sorts of things? Is it able to pull in that kind of information as well?
It says it supports multiple different languages, so it's, the end user is really going to have to test it to see how accurate it is, especially translated into like Italian or Spanish or other French,
Right.
Those native language speakers are going to have to determine how accurate it is.
Wow, fascinating.
The bad guys are going to do bad guy things, Mike, and one more tool in the arsenal, I would think, when it comes to not just this, the ChatGPT is the gateway, if you will, to, I guess, maybe mainstream use of AI. And when it's in the hands of criminals, I'm hearing different stories about, different AI that can mimic a voice instantly and make it sound exactly like that voice. Are we at danger of cyber criminals using AI against us to get their way, to fleece us?
Well, what I see for the cybersecurity concerns would be now you can have artificial intelligence write automatic phishing emails for you. It's already being tested by hackers to write malware and computer viruses.
Wow.
And I'm looking at using it for our company because we do penetration testing for businesses. And, of course, right now it's a human using a tool, and we're testing, what attack surfaces your business has. We'll just wait until the bad guys are writing software that automatically interfaces with ChatGPT, because it will know more about open holes in your network than the humans do.
Wow.
So, who's behind it? Because we know sometimes that you see those things on Facebook, for example. Hey, fill in your, info. You'll get a picture that looks like your doppelganger, whatever. And you hear, it's the Chinese government behind it, for example. Who's behind this? Do we know?
If you look them up, they've been taking investor money, and they act before ChatGPT. So this chatbot was invented. Their other product, DALL-E, has already been auto-generating images. So I believe this has been in the works for a while. I haven't done that much research into them. I've just been watching YouTube videos like everybody just to see what the business uses are, because how many different little businesses does it affect? Copywriters, SEO people, social media posts, like all this stuff can now just be auto-generated.
So yeah, I was going to ask you about that. The applications would be if I have to write copy for anything within my business, that's when I use it. That's when it's not being used for nefarious purposes. But I would think that this can do the writing of more than one human. So are we talking about job losses as a result of this tech?
Well, it might. I think the biggest spark is going to be creativity, because I know, since I'm an author and a content producer for MoveEntertainment.com, I get writer's block. I fix computers all day, and I help business owners protect their businesses and create the backup plans. And I'm like, I need to write content for my YouTube show.
Yeah.
And I write a lot of content, but it's like, now I can automate it and then go through with the human touch and add the emotional component to it. So we're 3 months in, Andy. Like, sky's the limit. Like, I have a whole list of different things, how many businesses it's going to impact.
That's fascinating. And I bet educators around the world are just putting their heads in their hands at the thought of this too, because once kids get their hands on it, there's no limit to what they can create with it.
Yeah, and there's so many millions of users right now just because it's beta. However, I'm sure kids are on it all day long generating stuff to see what they can get past their teachers.
Of course they are.
You know what? If there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
And I was saying that, from my perspective, the way to separate the students and the honest students, or those talented students, or those who put the work in, is to seal them in a room with a pen and a piece of paper and say, okay, you've done 10 great essays this year. Get in there.
Exactly. And I think teachers know what the writing level of each student is going to be if you've been around that student for a while. So that's what I'm saying. You can use it, but make sure that you are rewriting it in your own words.
Yeah. And one more quick question, if that's right, Sue. I want to jump in here and ask you about, I read an article that says this will change the world in 18 months. Can you give us an idea of the impact of, not just this particular app, as we're talking about, is one of the first most widespread ones, AI in the next 18 months, 2 years? Is that too short of a period, or do you see things changing that quickly?
I think we're going to see things. It's 2023. It's a brand new year. These tools are available. I think we're going to see massive changes, and I hope they're all for the benefit. But really, as the cybersecurity component, I think all business owners need to verify that they have secure networks, backups, and a recovery plan for their business, because we just don't know how fast this is going to escalate with the bad guys, because it's free right now.
Yeah.
And all you need is a Google account to log in.
There's a reason why Microsoft wants ChatGPT, right? Wow. Thank you for joining us, Mike. I mean, it's a fascinating subject, and certainly it's not going away anytime soon. In fact, it's here now. So if you have a business, maybe you're looking for some cybersecurity experts to come in, help make sure that your business is locked up as well as it should be, maybe you want to call Mike, Calgary cybersecurity expert, founder of the new startup, don'tgethacked.ca.
Michael?
Yes, Callum.
Why did you buy the company?
I can't say.
Do you mean you don't know?
No, I know why I bought the company. I just